Thank you, sir. Overpass time. I'm interested. I'm excited. I want to. I think this will be. There were, I like the kind of unorthodox rounds we saw on train, the pushes from ViCi and so on. But I think this will be a harder task for them for sure. And I wonder. Let me see. Well, ViCi. This is the pick of ViCi overpass. But well, I'm curious to see what they're going to bring to the table. I wonder how an unorthodox round and overpass might look like. There we go, I can talk. This is actually, I mean, Vertigo, there's a small sample size, but they were 100%, but I'm going to ignore that. Outside of that, this is their best map recently on paper. They're 78% with 9 maps played, so they love themselves some overpass. ENCE, 67%. For me, that feels like it's more kind of even when you consider the opponents that ENCE will normally be playing against. The game is not live just yet, as you can see. There are AWPs and such on the server. Everybody's running around. Yeah, this one will be really curious. Again, in the recent games they have played this year, they've played Mirage, Train Inferno, Train Inferno. So Overpass will be a journey of discovery.
It's a pretty, obviously, a very technical map. It's a fantastic map. I think most people will say that this is the best Counter-Strike map in competitive play in terms of what it offers for both teams and sort of how balanced it feels, how many things feel viable. And so it will be very interesting to see the style of ViCi against a team like ENCE. ENCE is a team that have found this map to be pretty successful for them of late, and with such a strong AWPer as Ali on the team and such explosive riflers like Sunny and X7, it's definitely going to be an interesting challenge for ViCi. And I'm curious what ENCE will do here, because you can play this map very like in a very passive way where you're not trying to take too many aggressions on the CT side, or you can go for a map control play, or you can kind of keep things a little bit more passive. Just see what the other team will do. So let's see how much respect ENCE will give ViCi here as we go into the pistol.
Alu, having a look around the fountain. Always nice to have an off angle here if you can get into position in case there's a rotation later on. For now, seems ViCi will be waiting around that connector position. Maybe there's a burst, maybe they're looking for info. Well, info they've received. Aerial making a play towards Playground. That's going to send him towards the B bomb site. Sergey was holding a HE earlier, and he's got it lined up once again towards that short position. Will he deploy it in time? Out it goes, and there's big damage done. But the players are still alive, and they have position now on the B bomb site.
Yeah, ENCE going for that B retake is could work out. The damage done is unbelievable here. 3 players in the red for ViCi Gaming. It's going to be very difficult for them to hold on to their lives. Such a difficult site to play the defense on, and they'll try to do their best here, but they'll all get annihilated in the space of perhaps 1 second. So that's worked out nicely for ENCE. However, the Krieg money is available with the bomb plant, so we'll see if ViCi will go for that. And yeah, this is that's not a too uncommon play we saw out of ENCE there. Play B for retake on B, go aggressive towards A.
On the plus side, Aerial and Alu, they'll both get the cheap helmet. Their Kevlar was untouched, so they can get the M4s out if they want to, which will be a great plus, especially if they think there's a chance at a force buy. We'll see what ViCi choose to do. The investment in this round is rising, but nothing too crazy is going on. It's a Nika round, but a dangerous one. They have some utility, they have plans, they have intention. But there will be no Krieg or even SMGs in this round. WMP, Ali with the auto shotgun. God B would like to do this on occasion as well. Nice close range. Again, that it is some time ago now, but that auto shotgun did receive a buff where the spread was made tighter together. So Ali went for the. Well, I don't know if he. Yeah, I think he did go for the auto because X7's got an M4 and no money. Either way, they've got 2 M4s out there, and they wait patiently. Still with forward positions. It's not easy to rotate out of connector as a CT, so Ali may be stuck there, although he's got the right tool for the job. Sergey with an off angle, just holding the top end for his teammate. Ali may need to help Sergey, funnily enough. Checking if anybody's there just in case. A HE to start off the proceedings, and here's the money maker. It's the cash printer. The bomb is dropped, and he will look for more. Jamyang trying to do what he can, but Sergey will clean up. So much kill bonus for both those players. And Kaze looks to do damage if he can. Maybe catch a rotation. It was Jamyoung who, of course, got that kill earlier, so they might not know where Kaze is. He has fired off a few bullets, though. As you can see, he's got 9 in the hole. The reload is in. And this might be the end of the line for Kaze. Oh, that's a nice headshot. I didn't expect him to get a kill there, but here we are. He has done some damage. The P250 pays for itself, and he's made it very costly for ENCE. But it's 2-0 for the Finns.
Yeah, it was interesting not to see, that's on meta second round Krieg, but they will have plenty in this following round. And the auto shotgun is really annoying around the connector position, can be very, very powerful. As we could see, Halu, though, will have the AWP money, so he will be dropping the auto shotgun to Sonny. So it will still be in play for you shotgun fans out there. Sonny will play the connector position. Where else with the auto shotgun? Ali with the support rifler and Sergey. They can play a bait setup as Ali takes the shot. They may think it's safe to progress, but then Sergey will go for the punish. And that's a fantastic AG. Well, it looked like it was going to be fantastic, although it somehow doesn't do too much. But and it's looking to get a kill or two in this position, and that could actually just break the round entirely for ViCi. We'll see what they can get from this.
Aerial, sure his feet were spotted. Throws a smoke grenade, doesn't get away with it though. Sergey falls back, got support grenade from his teammate, doesn't fall back in fact. But he will eventually, just waiting to see what the play was from ViCi. And it's a 4 versus 4. X7 will have the map control, moves into the short B position. Takes the position off his teammate actually, but once this smoke goes, X7's feet might be spotted, but he will see Alman first, and down he goes. With the CT and connector, there's some good map control. It's a very common position on top of the flower bed to see players coming in and out of connector. Alu gets a free one. Advent and Kaze remain moving towards the B bomb site quietly. X7, the only person around B. He's got support now. The rotation starting to come in. There's a bomb spotted. That's most of the information. Do they know Kaze's here? I don't think he's pulled the trigger yet. But he will start to, and it's already too late. 4 plays survive for ENCE, and they have a really good start to overpass, 3-0.
Yeah, you can't really ask for all that much better here. It's looking really good. They've managed to pick up a lot of weaponry from that previous round too. An AK, couple Kriegs, always very nice, of course. And ViCi will have to find a different approach to get some success. We saw ENCE actually going for water control in the previous round, which does give them a lot of map control, and they had such a strong defense around Fountain as well. They were denying ViCi everything in the early to mid round. So that's something that ViCi will have to change. They've got to have an answer to that. Looking to go for a play towards B, but looks like the bomb's being spotted. Looks like the kills that we had, and there's not all that much left here in the hands of ViCi. And what was remaining has now been taken away. ENCE 4-0 as ViCi move into their next buy.
Loss bonus starts to rise. Shoking pulls out the AK-47. Maybe some comfort here in the AKs over the Kriegs. Maybe it's to get maximum utility. 2 Kriegs, 2 AKs, and Kaze will pull out the AWP. Grenades are good for the T side. But what can they do to get their first round on the board? Got some early grenades lined up towards the B-bomb site. Trying to stop short B from being taken, but it doesn't seem that that was the intent for ENCE in this round. Quick jumping from Aerial. Will this pull out more utility from ENCE early? You can see the HEs delivered towards that short B position. The bomb hasn't been seen just yet, but 3 players are very committed towards B for ENCE. X7, Aerial, and Sunny. In the meantime, Sergey has gone deep towards A long. If he can pick the right timing, he could make an important play. However, will it be checked for? Some quick jumping on the slide. There is a boost you can do on the slide as well to look over. See it from Team Liquid on occasion. Now, Jamyoung is the only person with a flashbang to have a look towards long, so they've got to run out dry and they'll lose the bomb. Awkward. Ideally, they need someone to throw a flash. They don't have it, and this is the cost.
Yeah, it is a potentially fragile setup for Sergey. Obviously, there's no support that he has there, but you can see he's going to get 3 kills, so works out really well. And one of the powers of that position is that you can get really solid flank timings. If you know if your team is reading the map well, they're communicating, you can get a really solid flank in that position and for very little investment. So it's really nice to see that Sergey has managed to find so much value there with that AK-47. How demoralizing must that be for ViCi?
I mean, why was there no flash for ViCi? I don't understand. Why? like they pretty much had full grenades at the beginning of the rounds. So if that's like one of their defaults, why doesn't it include a flash to peek long? Instead, they're forced to wide swing with 2 players who get deleted immediately. Robotic deletions coming from ENCE. So again, I feel like that was kind of free. I mean, he still needs to deliver the headshots right, but he should be blind at the very least. There should be 1, if not 2 flashes there. With all the grenades they bought in that round, there's no flashbang towards long. And it's just like, that just gives so much money to the CTs to just build their economy. That, I mean, Ali's got $9,000 in the bank right now. It's round 6.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why it may not be the case that they would throw flashes is perhaps they want to suggest to ENCE that they haven't tried to take that position, as you would normally expect to hear the flashbangs in the bathrooms and be like, okay, they're trying to take long right now. It's the only thing I can really think of, but here they'll go for a quick push into the A site. They've been given all the space to do so, but Ali's going to hit every single shot. And until there was no one left. And 6-0 is looking really comfortable right now for ENCE.
Alu and X7 start this round with $13,000. Replenish the grenades and go a little below, but it's almost unprecedented. There's a collateral for Alu as well. Just some fragging highlights at this point. Seems to be enjoying himself. ENCE have not really been tested in this game of Overpass just yet. Of course, I'm not including the pistol because that is a round of variance, which of course we won't count in this particular conversation. But here we go, another round. I don't doubt that we will see flashbangs towards long this time from ViCi. They've got the 3rd player in the upper area, a lurker outside B and 1 in connector. Sonny pressuring the connector door for now. Advent has made great inroads in connector, considering the time on the clock. Angles will be taken away. Will there be a Molotov for the divider position? In case of any AWP angles, indeed there will. Learn these grenades, they're important.
So really passive stuff here from ENCE in this round. Mixing things up. Smoke on divider. And that will slow things down a little bit more for ViCi Gaming, who are going to be absolutely going towards this A-bomb side. It would seem they've not got any position anywhere else on the map, so they are fairly committed here with this time on the clock, and they will get one. The trade comes through. Sergey unable to connect anything there. The flashbangs really doing their job. Sunny holding forward ground. Has a lot to worry about at this point. The push from Long's going to be too much for him to handle. Too many angles, and there is an opportunity now for ViCi Gaming, and Kaze will cover the flank. And he has found a great timing for that. Now it's just X7 left. Not too much to do here, it would seem, for him, as he is going to try to reposition in this one. So much money in the bank here for ENCE. X7 could certainly think about going for this. The only thing really he would lose is the Krieg. Obviously, you can't repurchase that if you're the CTs. But doing some extra damage would be lovely for ENCE. Oh, he's going to go try to go for a ninja.
Oh, is it too late? Oh my god.
No,
it's going to be
so
close.
Oh,
no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I can't believe you've done this.
No respect style. But again, I think this is telling of where ViCi are at the moment, in that ENCE realize that there are definitely things to be exploited.
Oh my
and
god.
That's one. They're not doing that versus most teams, I don't believe, in that situation. But I think there's a higher chance they can get away with it versus ViCi, and they do for a 7-0. That's demoralizing. We spoke about being demoralized earlier on. You're 6-0 down. You've just... well, that's happened. Don't know how else to describe that, but we'll have to move on quickly because it's another full buy, of course. You plant the bomb, you lose the round. Max loss bonus, you got another buy.
Oh no, that is so devastating. Well, I just gotta move on, I suppose.
You have to, you must.
ViCi will try to go for an investment towards B, and it's gonna get worse. I mean, throwing a few bullets through the smoke there for the CTs doesn't really cost them anything, and it's such a valuable play to make. It's going to pay off here for them. ENCE already have a 5v3, and ViCi haven't seen anybody yet.
I like that molly through the close smoke, almost like they're baiting them into trying to burst and then isolating them, splitting them up if they are there. The bomb is safely with ENCE as they look to make it to 8-0, and Omen can only really be a victim at this point. What else is there for him to do? The door has been opened. It's almost like they know where he is. He doesn't know where he's going to be picked from first. So ENCE know all the angles that they haven't checked just yet. Okay, well, game on. He doesn't have all the HP in the world, just 21. But he's got a potential 1 versus 1. The flashbang goes high. It's avoided by X7. He will finish off the job. The damage is not the worst thing in the world. X7's got 14k. He's going to start losing money by winning rounds, so there will be drops if necessary. 8-0 for ENCE.
Yeah, it's been pretty disastrous. One of the things that ViCi need to be able to accomplish is they have to be able to run defaults. And if they're not able to run defaults in the classic manner, you'd really want to see them be able to do something as simple as take front bathrooms and connect rooms. So you have the option to get some map control, you get rid of the connector control, and you can kind of sandwich any CTs along the way. You know, so this simple kind of map control takes like that would be pretty valuable. But ViCi, they've gone into this mode where they're just sending 5 players towards one side of the map. ENCE responds very well because they see that, and their players will push the positions that are available to them. And that just slowly constricts more and more the space that ViCi are working with. So it's been tough, and ENCE are going more passive this time around. It's come to a standstill here as ViCi look for a pick, but they will not get one yet.
This molly goes on the high ground and the low grounds. Marvelous stuff, but why doesn't it come with a flashbang? Get a flash from barrels or something, then throw the molly. I know, like in the pro games, they want to force them forward and have a CT take them out. But if you throw a flashbang first and then throw the molly, they might not know they're on fire. I want to see this. I've been calling for it for like, I don't know, too long.
Well,
but no one does it.
That's no heaven smoke now because of that smoke being forced in that position. So we'll have to see, you know, what happens with that. The only smoke remaining is on Advent, and well, he's dead now. They're all dead.
Of course.
Oh man, they can't even get through Monster Tunnel, man. This is looking very grim. They can't get position, James. They're struggling. There is no position that they've really been able to take, it seems, on this map so far. If ENCE want to contest it, they always come out on top.
Jam Young with it's his turn to have the tough task now. Just to try and survive. Just fighting for some bread at the moment. 9-0 for ENCE. Finding comfort on overpass. Again, the percentages are good for ViCi, but that's has to be taken with a pinch of salt. The European experience for ENCE is going to be very strong. And that's one of the biggest problems for the teams in this region, is just not getting enough of that European experience and exposure to be as in the meta as teams like ENCE are. It's a big advantage for them. Advent is 0 for 8 at the moment. Advent and Zoking, between them, have 1 kill. So ViCi are most certainly having a very rough time of things at the moment.
I really want to see them find success towards... They need to be able to take away like fountain party, front bathrooms, connector, control. They have to at least be able to do that, because if they're able to do that, they give themselves options to you know, sure, you know, what ENCE might do in response, they may take water, and that can be annoying, but you can use that against ENCE. You know, you have something to work with then. And if you don't have party, but you can get connector, well then you can actually split onto party. You can create problems for ENCE to hold onto it. They can't hold onto it forever, but ViCi, they've been struggling here. They will try more A control again, leaving a lurker towards the monster tunnel. Any flashbangs to be had here, perhaps? We'll have to see. Ali shouldn't be able to get anything for free in this position. You can smoke him off, you can flash him off. And there you get something free, James. You can just try to dry peek it.
You could dry peek and die.
Oh man, you can't do that against a seasoned team.
Yeah, what are the advantages of well, who knows? Seems there are no advantages in this game of overpass for ViCi at present. Okay then, well, things have quickly changed. Alu and Sunny have gone down in quick succession, And Sergey will as well. 2 versus 4. Surely this is the round. Surely there won't be a defuse basically in plain sight. I won't even say a ninja defuse. Wasn't really. Well, okay then. They get their first rounds by elimination. Now, can they change things? They could still get 6 rounds out of this game. Out of this half, rather. I mean, that is unlikely, I think it's fair to say, but it's still possible. Anything can give you enough momentum. Just some confidence.
Yeah, I actually like the peak from Sunny, although it might look like really bad, but I think he was expecting that if the ViCi got the kill on the AWPer towards the A site, towards long, they're running up. And so Sunny peaks thinking that they won't expect a player there, and he'll catch them running forwards.
Yeah, they could have grenades out to put something towards bank or whatever. So
exactly.
You don't expect another peak late like that, so that's why you make the play.
It's a hard shot.
Alu sees targets towards long, trying to secure options for himself. He could fall back behind the smoke grenade, but he'll just use it as a brick wall and hold position. There's a pop flash, doesn't quite do the job. He'll tag but not frag, and Choking will remain alive. Sergey looking for something. Now, what is the next play for ViCi? They have presence towards long. They've engaged around the inside of the toilets. But how do they get onto a bomb site?
So the problem is that they've given ENCE or allowed ENCE to have connector, and so this is a problem because it allowed Alu to stay out, looking front bathrooms towards. He wasn't worried about getting pinched because they have control there. So and they also know exactly where pretty much all of the ViCi players are by having that connector control still. So they're going to start the rotation. Hopefully for their sake, it's not too late. Alu is on the bomb site, stuck there, and looks like the nades will rain in. So now ENCE are going to have to operate a retake, but they've got a couple players on the flank already. So they've got Sunny coming in from long, they've got Aerial coming in from connector. These have to be the players to open things up for the remainder of ENCE to get a retake happening. But it looks like ENCE will not find what they need.
Yeah, Aerial had to wait. The connector position is the kind of late rotation, like the crawl space in Mirage on an A retake, but it didn't quite work out for them. So here we go. Things are starting to get expensive very, very quickly for ENCE. As bad as this has looked to ViCi, maybe the T side is a nightmare for them, but they're about to get a second round on the board. Sunny's got 1,700 in the hole. Sergey's not much better, though. He is carrying a weapon. And Alu can drop one of his teammates. So there should be another good buy for ENCE. But again, believe it or not, 6 rounds is possible for ViCi, and not just technically speaking, but there is a chance that they could actually realistically get there if they can win this round in particular, if they can take enough guns away, if they can weaken the defenses for ENCE, so they're fighting with pots and pans, then who on earth knows?
I think the strange thing there for me was that ENCE didn't really react very quickly to all the information that they had. And you can always play retake on B, and that's kind of one of the beautiful things about CD side overpass is that the rotations are not very punishing. B's really easy to retake, but a fast round here for ViCi into the B bomb site. Speaking of B, and okay, Aerial's got himself a double with the M4A1, and that's going to create some issues. Now it's just really the monster players that are activated to try to get something done, but they're getting shut down by Aerial as well. So this has been very flat for ViCi. Oh wow. No.
The bomb has been lost, Dan.
Yeah, the flank.
So have many chances to win this round. Again, it's another 1vx situation for ViCi. And again, this is a key round for ENCE because it stops the comeback in the first half. It puts them on double figures. And again, gives them a little extra money for the dying rounds of the first half to frag the constantly dying players of ViCi Gaming. 10-2 in favor of the Finns. This would be a nice way for them to finish off the series, should it finish in such a fashion. Finish with confidence as they move to their next opponent. But will they? Sunny hasn't been able to enjoy most of this fun. He is 2 for 9, whereas the rest of his team are on 10, 11 or 12 kills. So just standing around watching the paint dry while his teammates have all the fun.
Yeah, that sucks as well. Some players, they need to get kills to really kind of start to generate momentum. And if it's like the opposite, then they get a little bit slow and they can't get going. You don't really see their skill. And that's why, you have to be pretty careful who you select to play B or Mirage, for example. Stuff like this, you got to make sure it's the players that don't need to be fragging, don't need to be aggressive to get into the flow. And some players need that. Fur, chief amongst those players. He really gets, the more his aggressions work, the scarier he gets.
I can play B, you know why? Because I've got peak mental performance.
Well, we've got 2 players on party here for ENCE looking to cause more problems, and ViCi have just never really been able to take map control properly on this map against ENCE so far, so ENCE are exploiting that fact.
Flash, the 2 flash. No effect, unfortunately, for ViCi. Jamyoung will be able to do something. They know Aerial's in a short B position, but Jamyoung is really low. His teammate will trade, though. Advent will make it happen and give them a chance to plant the bomb. Everybody for ENCE coming in from that short B position. They're waiting for the beeps, or are they? There's one HE. That is Chunky. And another one. Combo. Chain. We talk about chain flashes. What about chain high explosives? And an incendiary as well, just covering most of the area where you might want to even try to plant the bomb. Kaze has no idea that everybody's behind him, and his eyes have been closed. 11-2 for ENCE. We quickly advance from one round to another. There is money for ViCi to buy, but there aren't many rounds for them to win.
Yeah, what a difficult game. Again, it's so hard when you can't establish yourself and give yourself options in map control and start seesawing the CTs and so on and so forth. And it's just really been a game. I mean, this is one of the reasons why this is a great map, is because, you know, if you're the stronger team, you can find ways to exhibit that on both sides really effectively. And well, Ali's been able to take down Kaze. That's a really confident peak. You only really want to make those when you're ahead. Might be pretty risky, but it's like more success will be found as ViCi turn their attention towards B once again. It's definitely the easier site to attack as a T side, but it's not necessarily the easiest site to win the round on.
Minute 15 on the clock. Molotovs towards the barrels. That's a big gap, and that will be costly for Advent. Big gap between the smoke and the pillar. Often you see the CT smokes dropped like that to create some space. Omen's going nuts, though, with the headshots from the Krieg. He's turned on. That's left Alu in a 1 versus 2. And Omen's found his 5th of the round. There's an ace for him. A much-needed 3rd round. Very desperate times for ViCi. A small highlight in a fair few rounds here in this first half. Took the game into his own hands, and maybe that's given his team a fighting chance.
So there's an opening frag from Alu, and it's one of those challenges that you might only want to go for if you feel as though the other team is not really going to invest much in towards A at the beginning timings of the round. And that was the case, and Alu might just go for it again. Looks like he's going to be able to stay out there. Gets a lot of information that there's nothing fast towards the A side of the map. So that allows his teammates to kind of focus towards the B side. Start looking towards connector control, and that's a great flick shot from Alu. There's more to be had as well. He turns his back, doesn't know necessarily how many more players will be coming from that position. And Sergey, oh dear, what an off angle there. Sergey with a double there, finding the next player in connector, and now it's Orman. I don't think he's been spotted, but he's got a lot of players coming his way, and he will go down. That's 12-3, a very decisive half from ENCE, simply outclassing ViCi Gaming.
Yeah, Kaze kind of held the angle to the point until where the CT was standing, which is really unfortunate. I mean, it was just for me, it was a case of just being outclassed by European Counter-Strike. To be honest with you there. That was a really hard task, but now the sides will switch, and if they can win the pistol ViCi, then maybe there's a chance. There's no guarantee that the second half will be the same as the first. It could be very different. I don't know how likely that is. Again, it's a journey of discovery, but it's mostly been just beatdowns, man. It's been whippings.
Well, that's the thing. Like, again, like we talked about the complexities of Overpass. CT sides have so many options in ways in which setups they can get, where they can get aggressive.
Yep.
Maybe you got two on long, one on party, or maybe you've got Ali's playing from divider and there's someone from bathrooms, but you have someone in connector. Maybe there's just 2 there. Maybe you focus around water control, and like there's so many variables. And we didn't even see a default from ViCi. We're seeing dry peaks with no flashbangs around party. Are you kidding me? That's that's a desperate state of affairs, James. I mean, that's a problem. So I mean, it makes me wonder, what ViCi are doing against a lot of their other opposition on this map. Because you've got to have those flashbangs. You've got to take that map control. That's what this map's about. I mean, that's what every map's about. So we'll see if they can find any kind of recovery here moving into the pistol round. They'll spot towards the fountain position. That's very classic of how you play the pistol and overpass. You just want to see if there's going to be a bulk of players rushing towards the A side of the map. Got to have that info, and they see everyone towards the A side of the map. So although they aren't moving, they still have players deep on B. Right now they should be playing like a couple retake B or pushing water, shut down water to connector. So if there's a rotation through from A to B, you don't get caught off. So there's...
Well, they're quickly onto the A bomb site, and the bomb has fallen by the truck. Omen trying to hold things down, but look at the headshots coming in from ENCE. It's a 4 versus 2. It is a pistol, though, so things can always turn around. Advent has a decoy. Maybe he can use it as a fake flash. Maybe there's a chance, but coming from bank, that would be a very tall order. Not really all the angles in the world to play with in that respect. Better keep his pistol out. Ali's got a good angle on the trash can on the other side. They start to creep now quietly. Element of surprise will come for a time. And down they go. 13-3 for ENCE. They are just around the corner now.
Yeah, and so just a quick note about just the basics of the pistol there. One thing that you want to do when you see all those players rushing towards the A side of the map, you want in that moment when you know that it's the entire team, you want to send your two B players towards water, and then have the other 3 players playing defensively on A. This way, what happens is the players who are in sewers, when it's confirmed it's an A hit, they can rotate and be flanking, as opposed to having a long rotation, getting stuck behind choke points where where everything's covered already. So one quick note for you as to how to play that situation. And well, they have to go for the force change. They got to force every single round. They're too far behind.
All in. Dealer, I'm all in. Man, it's so boring going all in now. There's a button. Instead of just like smashing a massive stack across for intimidation, you just got this little button. I used to push all my chips in, but like 4 chips, and people would be like, all in or something. I'm not all in, I've got these chips. Because I'm that kind of troll. Oh, hello, X7's just found himself in the B bomb site. And just like that, there are 3 CTs left by Long. Do they even go for it at this point? Because surely they're running to their doom. They've got a 5-7, a Deagle, a Scout. I think there's more utility in trying to use this in the next round, and I think they agree with me, because they're not moving too much now.
So it's really great to see as well, because not enough teams play dedicated scouting players, where they're expendable by nature. So X7 is extremely expendable. He's not even got a Mag 10, and not even got an SMG. He's got a P250. His job is not necessarily to get kills. It's to see, is there a stack? And if there is no stack, then obviously you're good to go. But there's lots of teams that will not dedicate any players to scouting for stacks. And instead what happens is maybe they will lose a lot of time because they're expecting an aggression when they're up against a stack. Then they're forced by the time to move into a stack potentially. And then there's problems. So having a dedicated scout on the rounds like this is very effective in helping you make good decisions. We want to make good, consistent decisions. And good, consistent decisions were made. And X7 is the only one that will die.
Nice. 14-3. And ViCi have another go. It looks like they're going to keep the money together. They're not really spending it just yet, unless it's a late buy. So they're giving themselves 2 chances, although assuming they lose this one, which is fairly likely, they all need 12 rounds in a row. Why the hell not? This is their pick. Maybe they're feeling confident about it. You have to feel confident. You must have ego. Well, there's the first attempt. Not really going to work out their way, as it shouldn't. ENCE are 2 better equipped. They have too many man. But Jam Young will try and do something about it. He's done some damage at this point. I think Kaze will probably fish for some more because, again, they can buy together in the next round. Get that AWP out if you can afford it. Shoking, moving forward, doesn't spot a T in the water. He'll get there eventually, but by the time he gets there, he will be taken out immediately afterwards. Kaze, 2 HP, will fall to the AK-47, and it's match point for ENCE. It's 12 match points.
Yeah, looks like ENCE are about to eject ViCi from this series. But as you say, James, AWP will be in play for ViCi Gaming, so this is where we could really see things turn around for ViCi. We do want to see, what they're able to do on a CT side, and they obviously, unfortunately, don't have any breathing room. They must find success immediately at every turn, and Kazi will go towards the A side of the map. So I'm really curious, given on how they play their T side, how their CT aggression looks. Because your attack is often characterized by how well you understand your defense and vice versa. And they'll lose Show King straight away, and that's very unfortunate. Now they're going to have to give up a lot of position, and unlike what ViCi were working with on their T side, ENCE have the entire run of the map now. They've got that pick, they can threaten towards A and towards B, and ViCi, this would be a good spot to either go aggressive towards B, get some information towards sewers perhaps, or try to do something here. And they're going for an aggression towards long. I think this is the best result. Water is very unknown at this point, so Orman could try to find a flank timing. You got to prey on the complacency of your opponent at this point.
It's so hard to do though. It's so hard to go around that corner when they might just be waiting for you, as teams often are in a situation like this. They know it's a desperate spot, and these plays are likely. But this time, ENCE will focus on the B bomb site. We'll keep an eye on Orman on the radar. I think Kaze might start to rotate soon. Got to be careful though with no Kevlar to his AWP. There's that flank from Omen, but by the time he's done it, maybe it's too late because the B bomb site has been cleared. It's been bleached. Nobody's wriggling around there anymore. And the door's being closed as well, which is worst case scenario. So you must concede your position, and he will do that, but he'll get a kill. But a lot more than that is needed. Kaze spots and it's too late. A frag here, a frag there, and it's 16-3 for ENCE. A landslide, an avalanche, a very one-sided affair, and a 2-0 for ENCE after a close game on track.